These are the divorce quotes from inspirational women that will make you feel just that, less alone. If you find a quote that makes you vibe, consider printing and hanging it somewhere you'll see it every day. I'd rather regret the things I've done than regret the things I haven't done. When two people decide to get a divorce, it isn't a sign that they don't understand one another, but a sign that they have, at least, begun to. Divorce isn't the child's fault. Don't say anything unkind about your ex to the child, because you're really just hurting the child. Do not look for healing at the feet of those who broke you. Divorce isn't such a tragedy. A tragedy staying in an unhappy marriage, teaching your children the wrong things about love. Nobody ever died of divorce. Don't spend time beating on a wall, hoping it will transform into a door. It is better to light a candle than curse the darkness. Success is its own reward, but failure is a great teacher too, and not to be feared. When people divorce, it's always such a tragedy. At the same time, if people stay together, it can be even worse. Freeing yourself was one thing, claiming ownership of that freed self was another. Imagine spreading everything you care about on a blanket and then tossing the whole thing up in the air. The process of divorce is about loading that blanket, throwing it up, watching it all spin, and worrying what stuff will break when it lands. I have not ceased being fearful, but I have ceased to let fear control me. Letting go doesn't mean that you don't care about someone anymore. It's just realizing that the only person you really have control over is yourself. Only I can change my life. No one can do it for me. Don't be afraid. Be focused. Be determined. Be hopeful. Be empowered. My mission in life is not merely to survive, but to thrive, and to do so with some passion, some compassion, some humor, and some style. Perhaps sometimes reminding ourselves that we do have a choice makes it easier to pick the harder one. Don't have regrets. You can learn something from every experience. I learned that it would take more than just the black and white steps of getting divorced, or even finding a lawyer. It would take not just facing my fears. It would take walking into my fears, with each step making me bolder and less ashamed, with each step giving me courage. Stop wearing your wishbone where your backbone ought to be. The process of discovering with somebody that you love that you don't work is so painful. The good thing about getting divorced young, if there is a good thing, is that it makes you realize there is no schedule in life. It blasts you wide open and frees you to be honest with yourself. When we truly care for ourselves, it becomes possible to care about other people. The more alert and sensitive we are to our own needs, the more loving and generous we can be towards others. There's no pain or failure like going through a divorce. It's not the load that breaks you down, it's the way you carry it. Stay afraid, but do it anyway. What's important is the action. You don't have to wait to be confident. Just do it and eventually the confidence will follow. I used to hope that you'd bring me flowers. Now I plant my own. Those who divorce aren't necessarily the most unhappy, just those neatly able to believe their misery is caused by one other person. Every couple has the same 5 arguments in their lifetime, which is really just the one, over and over, until people die or divorce. What it is depends on who you are and what your parents did to you. A divorce is like an amputation. You survive it, but there's less of you. You can fire your secretary, divorce your spouse, abandon your children, but they remain your co-authors forever. Divorce is the psychological equivalent of a triple coronary bypass. Divorce isn't such a tragedy. A tragedy staying in an unhappy marriage, teaching your children the wrong things about love. Nobody ever died of divorce. That's it, my friend. Hope you like my video about divorce quotes. Thanks you, and please subscribe, share, and like. God bless.